everyone, so this video review is for Two Weddings and a Funeral by Claudia Parr. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that, so if you're on YouTube there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog there's a link within the post. So, Two Weddings and a Funeral by Claudia Parr. This was a very, very drama-filled second chance romance. Theo and Stella have always had quite a messy friendship, and now Stella is back after ditching her friends to follow a romance, and she's feeling awkward about being reunited with Theo. Tensions are really, really high between them and become complicated when Stella just can't understand how Theo can continue wanting to see other people if she is so into Stella as she says she is, which I totally get that. Electric drama-filled romance, seriously. It was like sparking all over the place. It was not your typical second chance romance either, but it definitely was along those lines, and Theo and Stella having this history but never really being in love was the driver for all the tension buzzing between them throughout the whole story. They both were attracted to each other, but they'd never really done anything about it, but they'd had this friendship, and then they were both frustrated at each other for stupid reasons, and yeah, it just created the tension was literally like jumping off the page. But both of them were also passionate in their own ways, and Theo to her beliefs and need for freedom, and Stella was more towards wanting this exclusivity, that those she wanted it from those who either she loved or those who were choosing to love her, but she didn't want any of this it was all in or not in sort of thing. And I completely understood her frustrations, but because we also had this whole cast of friends to offer up their opinions and provide more clarity about the circumstances, I literally was like, why don't you just talk to each other? Stella and Theo were annoying me by that, because it was time, there were times when it was really clear just how much an emotional impact Theo's behaviour was having on Stella by the way she reacted to it. And I was just like, just talk to each other. Like, they could solve so many problems if they just were honest. And so I did love how we sort of joined them and all their friends through the celebrations and life-changing moments that also all played a part into moving their story along. So there was, being at a wedding is how you sort of became reunited, because you turned up as a guest, and then there were other weddings, the friends were having babies, there was just lots going on, typical friendship circle, big life achievement things happening that were driving the story along. And I got really frustrated with Stella a lot, because that is what got me hooked, being frustrated with Stella, because she just wouldn't talk to Theo. She was the one who disappeared, she was the one who went off, Theo's the one who's had to like deal with that and then not really understand why, and then she still won't talk to her. I was like, oh, just talk. Like, the whole time was just me like literally shouting at both of them to talk, and I just kept telling myself the next chapter would be the one where she realised that Theo did have these feelings for her, and that Theo's behaviour was sort of a reaction to her disappearing, and that it was all reactive to a fear that Stella would do this again. She would go off, and it drove Theo to revisit old practices. She was just protecting herself, and I was just like, just talk. Yeah, it was really great, because there was a lot of that back and forth thing between them until they finally, there was a moment where they did have a bit of a chat, and it sort of got them moving in the right direction. So I loved every second of this, especially when they finally had that moment of realization and then the real story could start. It was great. Really, really enjoyed it, and I will pop a link in the description for you to grab a copy of Two Weddings and a Funeral by Claudia Parr, which I really, really hope you will. If you've read Two Weddings and a Funeral, would love to know what you thought of it, so please do share and let us know. If you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, I hope you have as much fun as I did, even though I was really frustrated. I really hope you get that same sense of feeling from it as well, and I really hope you enjoy it. Bye.